Hello everyone, I am Payal. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Curious Mind with Payal. Today we are talking about something very interesting, our 30-second reels rewiring your brain. When we watch short reels again and again, our brain start liking fast content. We get quick happiness, so our attention becomes shorter. That is why it feels hard to focus on long videos, books or studies. In this video, I will explain why viral videos affect our thinking and why we believe them so easily. So, like, subscribe, and let's start. So now the question is, what exactly is pop psychology? Pop psychology or popular psychology means science made simple for everyone. It takes big and complex psychology ideas and explains them in an easy way. But sometimes to become viral, it loses accuracy. Like on social media, you may see one trick to change your life. This habit means you are depressed, or if you do this, you are intelligent. These are often one size fits all life hacks. They sounding inspiring, but they are vague and not always true. Some videos even push self-diagnosis checklist, which can confuse people. So pop psychology is not always wrong, but we should not believe everything without thinking. Now let's understand why we can't stop scrolling. First reason is easy language. Most viral reels use very simple words, no difficult psychology terms, no long explanation, just quick steps that feel useful immediately. Our brain likes easy things, so we keep watching more. Second reason is validation. Many reels tells us exactly what we want to hear. They say things like you are not lazy, you are just misunderstood. This makes us feel good and emotionally validated. So we scroll again looking for the same feelings. Third reason is algorithm love. Social media platform reward content that gets more likes, shares and comments. So algorithm push sensational and emotional content, not always scientifically accurate information. The more we engage, the more similar videos we see. That's why scrolling feels endless. It is not weakness, it is a design that's way. This slide shows the difference between real psychology and viral pop psychology. Now let's talk about something important, the depth gap. First, core focus. Real psychology focuses on nuance and context. That means every person is different, but viral content focuses on simplicity and engagement. Simple ideas that get likes and shares. Second, evidence. Real psychology is based on peer revived data and research. Pop psychology often uses stories, opinions, or personal experiences instead of science. Third, diagnosis. In real psychology, diagnosis needs a clinical assessment by professionals, but on social media, we see viral sign and checklists like if you do this, you have anxiety. This can be misleading. Fourth, reliability. Real psychology is slow but reliable. It takes time to understand the mind properly. Pop psychology gives instant growth and quick answer, but reliability is low. So this is the depth gap. One side is deep and accurate, the other side is fast and viral. Now let's talk about viral myth versus reality. These are some popular ideas we hear online, but they are not always true. First myth, everyone you dislike is toxic. In reality, not every disagreement means someone is toxic. Conflict is a normal part of relationship. When we label people too quickly, we stop trying to solve problem in a healthy way. Second myth, overthinking is a disorder. Many reels say if you think a lot, you have anxiety, but that's not always true. Sometimes overthinking is just deep or critical thinking, and short clip often confuse it with clinical anxiety. Third myth, just manifest positivity. This sound motivating, but it can become toxic positivity. Mental health is not only about positive thinking, it also has biological, emotional, and social causes. Ignoring these realities can make people feel guilty instead of helped. So remember, viral content is fast and catchy, but real psychology is deeper and more balanced. Now, let's look at the tricks our brain play. Our brain is smart, but it can also fool us. First is confirmation bias. This means we like information that matches what we already believe. If a reel agrees with our thoughts, we trust it easily. But if it disagrees, we ignore it. That's why viral content feels so accurate. Second is the Barnum effect. This is when general and vague statement feel very personal. For example, phrases like "you are the strong but sensitive" can apply to almost everyone. This is also called the horoscope effect. Because of these two effects, we feel many reels are talking directly to us. That's how our brain gets emotionally hooked. So remember, sometimes it's not the content, it's the brain trick. Now, let's talk about the mental health content boom. This graph shows the rise in the mental health engagement on social media from 2019 to 22. You can see a sharp increase, and by the 2025, it is expected to grow even more. Since 2020, engagement on mental health hashtag has grown by more than 400%. That means more people are watching, liking, sharing, and talking about mental health online. This is not completely bad. It is helped reduce stigma and start important conversation. But it also created a space where simplified and viral content spread faster than accurate information. So while awareness is growing, we must also be careful about what kind of mental health content we resume and believe. Let's understand the iceberg of diagnosis. Most mental health content online shows only the tip of the iceberg, catchy labels like ADHD symptoms or anxiety signs that fit into short reels and go viral easily. But real diagnosis is much deeper and slower, involving scientific method like genetic testing, environmental analysis, and professional assessments that take hours, not seconds. This iceberg metaphor reminds us that while viral content may raise awareness, it often oversimplifies complex realities that require careful evidence based understanding. Let's talk about the real stakes. When it comes to self diagnosing through trends, it might feel empowering to label yourself after watching a reel or reading a post, but here's the truth: it can lead to misdiagnosis, delaying the real help you need. Then there's the guilt trap. Trends like toxic positivity make you feel bad for having normal emotions, as if struggling it's not allowed. And finally, avoiding help, thinking a quick hack or tip can replace therapy might seem convenient, but it often makes things worse over time. So while trends can spark awareness, real healing needs depth, honesty, and professional support. Let's meet Alex, someone who fell into the self-label loop after being watching 20s video about high functioning anxiety. Alex starts seeing every productive habits like staying organized or working hard as a clinical symptoms. This did not lead to clarity. It led to stress and a feeling of being broken. Instead of adjusting their work-life balance, Alex got stuck chasing a label that did not quite fit. It's a reminder awareness is great, but diagnosis need depth, not just a scroll. Now we will understand psychology is a science of nuance. Here, a truth bomb: psychology is a science of nuance, not a shortcut. It takes 10 per year of clinical training, 100 of revived studies, and still zero one size fit all fixes. That means real progress does not come from viral headlines or algorithm friendly hacks. It comes from understanding your unique context, your story, your environment. So if you are looking for healing, don't settle for surface level advice. Go deeper, you deserve it. Let's talk about reach versus reality, a powerful usuals that shows how viral trends and clinical studies stack up. Viral content might reach 95% of people, but its accuracy just 25%. Meanwhile, clinical studies backed by hundreds of experts and years of research hit 90% accuracy, yet only reach 15% of the audience. That's wild, right? And here's the kicker, research shows that misinformation spreads 6 times faster than the boring truth. So next time you scroll past a flashy headlines, pause and ask, it is popular or it is proven. Let's talk about, is pop psychology all bad? So is pop psychology all bad? Not really. It actually helps in some powerful ways. It destigmatizing mental health, open the door for learning and makes complex ideas easier for beginners. But here's the strategy: treat pop psychology like a conversation starter, not the final word. It's the beginning of your journey, not the destination. Real growth comes when you go beyond the post and explore your own story with depth and guidance. Let's talk about how to consume mental health content safely. First, always check credentials. Is the creator a licensed therapist or certified researcher? Next, demand sources. If they say studies shows, make sure they actually link to real studies, and most importantly, avoid self labeling. Social media is great for awareness, but diagnosis belong to professionals. So before you hit share or start self diagnosis, pause and ask, is this helping me grow or just making me anxious? Let's break down the evidence checklist, your go to guide for spotting trustworthy mental health information. First up, who's the author? If they are selling a product or pushing an agenda, that's a red flag. Next, sample size. Was the study done on 10 people or 10,000? Bigger samples mean stronger evidence. And finally, is it peer revived? That means other experts have checked the work before it went public. So before you believe a bold claim, run it through this checklist, because smart scrolling start with smart questions. Here's a quote that hits hard. The first principle is that you must not fool yourself, and you are the easiest person to fool. Richard Feynman. It's a powerful reminder that self awareness is the foundation of real growth in a world full of viral evidence and quick fixes. It's easy to convince ourselves we have found the truth, especially when it feels relatable. But real clarity comes from questioning our assumptions, checking our sources, and staying honest with ourselves. So, before you accept a label or a trend, pause and ask, is this true or just comfort? Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Until then, stay curious, stay kind.